Yo guys, it's Shinshima here, back with another video for the third day in a row. And I've seen the viewer retention, you guys don't click off just yet, it's about to get good. Right, today we'll get straight into it. We're telling the story of how me and my mate had a fight over me saying he had crusty toes. I know, sounds ridiculous, it is. It was also very funny. Anyway, story starts. I think it's lunchtime, yeah, lunchtime of the school day. So obviously lunchtime comes round, I come out, go wait for my mate, we'll call him Jim. Yeah, my mate Jim. Anyway, I go and wait for him down by the sports hall. He comes out barefoot. I'm like, bro, why are you barefoot, man? And he's like, oh, bro, my feet are blistered as hell, look. And I was like, nah, bro, your toes are just crusty. He was like, nah, I swear they're just blistered, bro. They're not crusty. And I'm like, yeah, they are. Don't lie to me, bro. They're crusty. So crusty you can't walk. He couldn't even wear his shoes, man. That's how crusty they were. They were actually blistered, but I'm gonna keep saying they were crusty because it makes it a lot funnier. Anyway, this goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're going back and forth for this for like 10 minutes straight of him just going, nah, they're blistered. And I go, nah, they're crusty, bro. Look at them. Crusty toes. Like, first he's saying they're blistered, now I'm saying they're crusty. You obviously ain't showering, bro. The skin's dying. And he's like, no, they're blistered. And I was like, crusty. And out of nowhere, boom, right hook to my head. Out of nowhere. It didn't hurt too much, but obviously he's my mate. I'm gonna make him panic. So I bend over and like I'm hurt. And he doesn't say something for a minute. And then he says again, I said they're blistered. And starts punching me in the head. So what I do, I stand myself up and I go, don't fucking touch me, blood. And he just backs up out of nowhere because I've never exploded at him before. And I start walking towards him going, what the fuck you think you're doing? And then he starts backing up. Then he starts walking towards me. He looks like he's just seen a ghost or something. He's fucking drooling. He almost looked like he had rabies, bro. So he comes back up to me and he starts shoving me. And I'm like, no, don't fucking touch me. The fuck are you doing? And then he just keeps walking up. He keeps walking up. And I'm shouting. There's about a crowd of like at least 50 people around us at this point. I only got told this after because I didn't even see that there was people around us. I thought it was just me and Tim. No, Jim. To me, it was just me and him. And this was how it was going to go down. Anyway, he comes up, punches me again. I shove him away. And out of nowhere, because we're best mates, it just stops. And we just stand there staring at each other. And after like, I'd say, to me it felt like 2 minutes of silence, just stood there, 50 people around just watching. Fucking Jim goes, you alright? And I'm like, yeah, you? And then we walk towards each other, we don't punch each other, and I just go, crusty. He's like, shut up, man. And I'm like, alright, calm yourself, it's just a joke. And then the principal of the school comes out because apparently he heard it all from his office. Because his office, so I'll explain to you whereabouts this happened. We have a stairwell that leads upstairs. By this stairwell is 2 classrooms, then principal's office. His window was open. We were outside of the stairwell, like actually outside. And it was happening there. And the principal heard us from his office. He comes out, tells everyone to go away. Everyone doesn't even know what's going on at this point because they thought a fight was going on. Then we just walk back up to each other after. But basically, what happens now is the principal starts walking with us and he brings us to the far right side of the school outside of our drama room. We're stood there, music is down there, there's no one really walking around, as he told everyone to go out of that place as well, just in case things kicked off again. And he starts asking, what's going on, boys? Like, I know your best mates. I see you two walking around with each other all the time, joking. And we're like, honestly, nothing, sir, nothing. I know I keep saying, no, sir, it's my fault. If anyone's going to get in trouble from this, just put the blame on me, it's all my fault. Then Jim started saying, no, sir, right, it's my fault. I overreacted and all that. I shouldn't have hit him. And then we were both going back and forth. I was like, no, it's my fault. He's like, right, what was this whole situation over? And I said, right, so basically, Jim came out of PE with blistered feet, and I started saying they were crusty. Now, we were going back and forth for like 10 minutes straight, and I took it a bit too far by just repeating it when he clearly started getting annoyed. So it's all my fault. He said, right, what I'm going to do for you two boys, what you do, go into detention for the rest of lunch. At the end, get yourself to your next lesson. So we go into the detention, do it. It's only like 20 minutes left of lunch anyway, because we're about midway through lunch when it happened, because we only get 35-minute lunches. Anyway, I'm ranting. So we're now in detention. My favourite teacher's in there. He's like, yo, Ginge, what happened? And I was like, oh, a little fight. And then the principal comes up and explains it, and he's like, oh, right, okay. And then, fast forward, I mean, we're sat next to each other. There's computers in the detention room. It's this little square room, computers all around the edge of the room, and seats in the middle. We're sat on the computers, and we're just whispering to each other, like, you're right, bro? And he's like, oh, yeah, don't even stress about it. I'm like, oh, this is dead. I just want to go out for food. So Jim starts saying, sir, I hadn't had food. And he's like, shouldn't I had a fight then? And then from there, we finish the detention. I say, sir, it's the end of lunch. But his principal didn't explain that we got to leave at the end of lunch and go to our next lesson. But he let us go. And he's like, so what is the end of lunch? And then I go, oh, we're supposed to leave now. He's like, oh, did you guys only get lunchtime detention? And we're like, yeah. Anyway, after this, I think I go to like English. It was only next to the detention room. After school, I walk out of English. I walk up to Jim, and we're completely fine again. We walk up, start laughing our asses off at each other, and walk away singing Sweet Caroline on our way to his house for the rest of the day. Because I'm pretty sure after that, we just sung Sweet Caroline, walked around for a bit, went to his, had a drink, chatted for a bit, then I went home. So, pretty eventful day. I didn't really expect to fight him that day, but everything was fine in the end. We didn't have any beef with each other. It was literally just me calling his toes crusty, and he flipped out. So, I mean, in the end of the day, I take the lunchtime detention, because usually for this kind of stuff, the school gets community offers in. You have to write up a form about what happened. You either get suspended or like a week of detention, and it's long. But because the principal knew we were best mates and we already were backing each other and saying it was my fault, not his, they just let us off with a lunchtime detention, because I don't think he saw the actual fight. He just heard the shouting. Anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you guys liked it. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace out.